New developments tonight in our ongoing investigation of questionable billing practices by the Cleveland Water Department.
Customers are receiving outrageous bills for water they never used. On your side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us now. And Ron, your reporting's getting huge results for one family.
Well, that's right. They received a water bill for 5 times the normal amount. It took nearly 3 years of complaints to the water department, and nothing got resolved until they called us.
Clearly explained to them that for me to have used 5 times the amount of water, I would have had to take 5 times as many showers, drink 5 times as much water. My family would have had to wash 5 times as many clothes. It's not possible to have used that much water.
Brian Kane's been complaining about his nearly $2,000 water bill for nearly 3 years.
It gets to be frustrating when you call in and call in and call in daily. You're leaving voicemails or you're being told that you're going to get a phone call back and you don't get those phone calls back.
And for nearly 3 years, the Cleveland Water Department never mentioned his right to a water review board hearing. No one said, well, there is a way for you to dispute this.
No.
Never came up.
Never once.
Until he called us.
We represent the Water Review Board.
It's a board created under a federal court consent decree more than 20 years ago. But we found the water department consistently fails to tell customers.
And I think, Ron, because I didn't even know you guys existed. Didn't even know.
Finally, after 3 years and 30 to 50 calls to the water department for help, the Kanes were able to successfully state their case. No leaks, no running water, all certified by a plumber Kane hired. But the water department refused to budge and threatened to shut off his water.
With the countless times that he and I both have called the water company with your customer service, never once we did not know that you existed until I read his article that there's a review board. Never once. The only resolution for us was to pay the bill. That was it, where our water was going to be turned off.
Finally, after a 60-minute hearing, a board that's supposed to be independent refused to admit who it reports to.
The board is us three of them, the three of us.
Can I ask where you three work?
I don't know that that's relevant.
Until 2 off-camera public relations employees advised it's a public record.
The 3 of you work for the Cleveland Water Company.
I don't want to answer that question. Is it? I work for the water department.
I work for the Department of Utilities.
Okay.
Department of Public Utilities.
Great.
The Department of Public Utilities runs the water department.
If those people making that decision work for the Cleveland Water Department, it's not an independent board.
Is there a reason why they don't know about the water review board?
Ron, we can talk about that after.
No, I just got to ask Andy.
We can talk about that after.
I just got to ask Andy. Is there a reason? Why wouldn't they know that?
And we'll take.
I think you should
Apologize.
Thank you so much. Have her answer that.
You're being prevented from answering?
No, I'm refusing. I'm not answering. I'm choosing not to answer.
2 days later, the Kanes received a ruling. An adjustment is warranted, dismissing almost the entire $2,000 error.
They never actually admitted, certainly, to the fact that there was a problem with the water meter or where the water went. I don't know where the water went. They didn't know where the water went. That was my issue. Nobody knew what actually had occurred, but I was paying for it. Based on that.
Well, okay, the water department ultimately blamed the meter. But we found only 31 customers got a water review board hearing last year, and 22 of those were denied an adjustment, despite thousands of shutoff notices. So how about you? We want to know just how satisfied you are with the Cleveland Water Department. So go to newsnet5.com and take our exclusive survey. Tell us how you're being treated as a Cleveland Water customer. There's just 5 short questions here, and we want to know how you're being treated. I'm Chief Investigator